Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is Nom Nom, and we are once again in the Aridio Mark III base. We've got a lot going on here with projects. We've recently cooled down our oxygen production with some radiant pipe and some 30-degree water. There's actually probably more we can do there. That water is still going in at about 38, so we could probably loop it another time and get some more cooling out of it. We've got some cooling with this radiant pipe also over here. We've got this steam turbine cooling down all this water in here, like so. Unfortunately, these reservoirs aren't full like they used to be. I can go ahead and shut this down actually now and refill those reservoirs. I figured out what's going on with that mod. Here is the wallpaper. I was expecting it to be under utilities, like the drywall for some reason. So we can wallpaper some stuff with some fun colors. And down here we are continuing to freeze the Nosh farm. Now, this is where I'm going to start today. What I would like to do is drain this crude oil out of this loop, replace it with ethanol, which can get much colder, and go ahead and cool it down. In order to do that, I need to empty this reservoir as well as pre-chill all that ethanol before I reintroduce it into the Nosh bean farm. As you can see, the Nosh farm, I have kind of a mess in here right now. This stuff started to melt, this stuff is starting to freeze. So I also need to be pretty quick about it because I don't want this stuff in here to warm up, clearly. This is pretty cold, 9 degrees, 3 degrees. I need to finish filling these up. We're filling this one up with some cold water. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7 priority on this stuff here so I can finish draining that out. Yeah, that's going to be good for now. And then I'll just bridge this out. And then bridge some ethanol in. I'm going to have to sever these pipes here, though, just so I don't, like I said, so I don't warm up that farm too much. All right, what else do we need to work on here? I would love to clean up this water. This is just a mess. Maybe enlarge this area and then actually filter some of this water out. This has salt and crude, salt and crude. I think that's all the way across. It's going to have salt water and crude. I would love to, I don't know, put the crude somewhere and put the salt water somewhere, or even clean up the salt water, desalinate it, and use it for something. Not sure what to do with all that, but I don't like that this is such a mess down here. I'm not crazy about the position of this petroleum generator, just because it's dripping water. I guess it doesn't matter because everybody over here is in an Atmos suit. I don't know how I got crude oil in there. I think that's crude oil. Crude oil, and a lot of it too. Yeah, here it leaked in from over here. I don't know how this got over here. I guess maybe this overflowed. This probably overflowed and leaked out here before I was able to get this little overflow system in place here. I built these last time. Basically, this is just to put this somewhere. I had these 2 tanks. I just added these other 5 tanks, and right now everything's just passing through it. This one is pumping so much crude oil out, though, that these aren't even really draining properly. Or at all. So eventually these will fill up over here. These will drain out over here, I'm hoping. And then over here, yeah, I've got this reservoir over here also that had crude oil in it, and that, of course, all dumped in there. So a lot going on. Basically doing some cleanup of some stuff that I let get out of hand from before. And a real quick check on how we're doing on natural gas. This guy is halfway through its activity cycle. We've got basically next to no natural gas in here. We're using it up as fast as it's coming out of there. And this guy still has quite a bit, almost 700 kilograms per tile over here. Not that many tiles though, it's not a very big space. And over here, we're up to 300 kilograms. This thing I think just came out of dormancy 20 cycles ago. So this thing is back to compressing natural gas that we're not even tapped into. We don't even have a pipe leading that out of there. And then we also have this guy up here, which they're taking their sweet time working on. Oh, it's got a 7. I'm guessing they can't reach it. That would be a sound conclusion, I think, based on the current state. So I put way too much natural gas up into this space here. I guess I can cancel that until I get this up and running over here. We'll give that a priority 7, finish that door. And I don't know what to do about all this polluted water. That is certainly not what I was intending over here. I guess we'll get rid of these 2 tiles here and put a door in its place. What is that? Water weed. Okay. So we'll get rid of this also, and then I guess we'll just pump that out with a pump. I did not intend to have all this extra storage, but in the long run, maybe a good thing, because this wasn't done, and that gave me effectively more gas to store. All right, and then we'll put a door here. We're not going to use it very often. That can be that and that. For plumbing, we'll do a mini liquid pump. We just want to get that out of there. Actually, I'll do that there. Okay, is that looking good? That's looking good. If I get too much pressure on this granite, I don't know if it'll break or not. I don't really want that water down here. So we'll go ahead and just do this also. So that's gonna bump that up a couple tiles. Hopefully that's high enough. And I'm gonna P7 all of that. And then we'll give it some wire. Actually, I don't want the wire that I already built there. Clean that up. And we'll just do that. I guess I can just throw a ladder in here. I'll just do conductive wire, even though I realize it's a mixed up mismatch of wiring right there. And I don't have enough aluminum for that door, apparently. So let's go craft some aluminum. I'm going to check the printing pad since we're scrolling past it here. I'll take the Shine Nymph. I have 21 beds, 21 mess tables, and 21 dupes. So for right now, I'm going to call that good. Oh yeah, I also dug up some of these mushrooms just because I had so many fried mushrooms and so many extra mushrooms already that I sort of just had a surplus of food. And I really don't want them even to eat the fried mushrooms. I'm hoping I can get more lettuce for those mushroom wraps. I'm going to eventually have to make myself a lettuce farm in order to handle that, in order to get them the lettuce wraps. We are working towards spicy tofu though, so hopefully we'll have an abundance of spicy tofu soon. All right, I'm going to bridge this out as mentioned previously. All right, how are we doing up here? Oh, I needed aluminum. That's right. Printing pod distracted me. Here we need aluminum, 2 aluminum ore forever. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna, Let's see what happens there. So the automation was set so this would not run. Should be enabled now, which it is. But I'm wondering if they're going to pick up the steel or if they're going to make that a priority 7. Hopefully they'll make aluminum before they put the steel back in the storage bin. We'll see what happens here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to figure out what else to do with that. I really want you guys to make some aluminum, please. And then real quick look at our conveyors. We're delivering raw food down here. We're cooking it and sending the cooked food back up. So that was another thing we did last episode. That's working out really well, as you can tell by my food storage. I have a bunch of fried mushrooms up here. Getting my food a lot closer to my dining rooms. Still not super close to my dining rooms, but it's here in some carbon dioxide, so it's sterile and won't spoil. All right. It's got to be P7 or they don't do it. That's what's going on here. Some nice cold Nosh beans, but not cold enough. Pumping in that warm petroleum, warm ethanol isn't doing those Nosh beans any favors. And, hey, how about that? There goes my oxygen not included game. I don't remember the last time oxygen not included crashed like that. Alright, well, let's try that again. And P7, make that. I don't know what made it crash, so hopefully it won't crash again. Alright, I really need aluminum, guys. I do have... Oh! You know, I'm not going to get a lot of aluminum without aluminum ore, am I? Let's just change that door to iron, then. There we go. Have I got any aluminum that I haven't dug up? I've got some. There's one there. There's some there. Let's see here. A little bit here. Oh yeah, I've got a bit. I wouldn't say a lot. Yeah, there's not much left. There is another forest biome up here. There's some aluminum up there if I ever break into that area. And then there's another one up here. There's water up here too. What the heck? Okay, and did we pipe that out yet? Whoa. Oh, there we go. Alright, work in progress. My negative 14 degree crude. It's basically just emptying out of here now. So that'll take a couple minutes to do. How are we doing on this job over here? Still moving the crude oil out. Okay, that's pretty good. That's down to less than 500 kilograms now. These two are still 1.5 full, and I've only got one left over here. Alright then. I had way more crude oil than I thought. How do I want to take care of that? We'll do it like that, I guess. And then we'll snip this, because snipping is fun. Like so, and then we'll just plumb it up. Out to in. Bam, like that. that is not an urgent job. I will let them get to that when they get to that. All right. The other thing is, when these are not tuned, I notice that I'm shy on power. If you look at the load on this thing right now, see if I've seen it go over 4. 3.6. So let's say generally less than 4. And as far as how much it's producing, I guess the potential load is 4.44, so that's as high as it could possibly go. And we're producing 36. At most, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 12. 84 plus 3. So 11,400 kilowatts. Yeah, that's a lot. But I've seen where the demand is higher than what I'm producing, and I think it's because potentially because I've got this delay over here, and because I've got these 2 batteries set at different settings, so effectively delaying the start of these gas generators over here. But what I don't want is for me to actually run out of power before everything catches up. Let's see how this thing goes. Yeah, so it doesn't get below 5 kilojoules. So I think we're okay. But we also have a lot of tuned right now. These 3 are tuned. The 2 of these are tuned. This thing's tuned. So if they all fell out of tune, then we might have a power problem, which I did have at one point, and I think I resolved by moving these 3 hydrogen generators off onto effectively moving all this stuff here onto that hydrogen circuit and these wheels here. These wheels are fun. And this is the only room that has wallpaper. It has granite wallpaper. So I wanted to wallpaper these rooms up here. That was when I thought there was something wrong with the mod. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We will wallpaper them though with something fun. I don't know. What do you think? Diamond, copper, sandstone? Do we have a lot of sandstone? We have 19 tons of sandstone. I would say we have a lot of sandstone. Let's do sandstone. See what that looks like. I think that's going to be good. So I did these with wallpaper. No, I did these with drywall, and really should have been wallpaper. So I don't know if I can delete background buildings. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do that. And those were made out of granite, so I'll go ahead and replace that wallpaper with granite too. Holy cow, that was fast. Looks good though. So we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. Woohoo! All right, man. All right, that's a lot of queued up work. So it's also the end of cycle. So I'm sure they'll take care of that at the beginning of the next cycle. Looks like over here we are done. So I need to break this bridge, and then we need to bridge in. We also need to disconnect. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And how do we want to do this? We'll do that. And now I need to figure out where to bridge this into. I don't care if it goes through the Nosh bean farm. It'll warm it up temporarily. So I think we're just going to bridge it like that. Take a look. So I think that's going to do everything I want. These Nosh beans clearly will warm up too much. But then, let's see what else. Oh, I want to turn this down to 0. No, that's inbound. I want that all the way up. What I want is I want to back up into this reservoir. And where does it go? Into the reservoir. It goes in. Oh yeah, that'll work. It'll basically, you won't be able to flow around there, so it'll have to back up into the reservoir. That's what we want. But for now, we're sending 70-degree ethanol. Where's that coming from? Yeah, 70-degree ethanol. It's taking a while for it to... Oh, what's happening there? Oh, that one's broken. We'll do that. Didn't even notice that. Oh, I ran through the rail. That's why. For now, we're running 70-degree ethanol through this loop. It's going in here and out here, and it's just backing up. Once this fills up, we will start passing through the aqua tuner. But we want to change this now because ethanol... Take a look. Ethanol can get a lot colder than crude oil. It can go down to 114. So I'm basically going to tell this to go to like minus 95. This thing will cool it down by 14. So some of the logic behind this is when I look at crude oil and I see that it has a specific heat capacity of 1.69 and can only get down to minus 40 before it freezes, whereas the ethanol has a specific heat capacity of 2.46, so it holds a lot more energy, yet it's still going to come down by 14 degrees every time it passes through the aqua tuner. So I'm effectively, as a thermal battery goes, ethanol is going to be have a lot more energy storage capacity, I guess. It'll be able to suck more heat out of what I'm passing it through when I bring it down to those temperatures. Obviously, it can't get too hot or it evaporates, so hopefully it will not get hot. I believe everything over here is ceramic, so I'm hoping that it doesn't get hot as it passes through, and it passes through the ceramic pipe. I noticed I had a lot of dupes going idle, so I've decided that I am going to do a rather large excavation project here, just cleaning out all of the slime and algae. So this would hopefully keep those dupes busy and productive. And hopefully that'll keep my dupes from being too bored. Of course, I've queued up jobs in an area that doesn't have enough oxygen because I turned off my water to back up the water, and I never turned my water back on. Oh boy. Wow, I let that go for way too long. Oh, snap. Well, that'll be a nice long recovery. Whoopsie. My bad. Sorry, dupes. You guys got water yet? Alright, here it comes. It's too warm. Alright, we'll send it out. We'll send it out. Wow. Well, that could have been catastrophic. Well, we'll send out some hot water for a while. That'll be great. Needs to be done, though. Needs to be done. Alright, why didn't that kick in? Oh, it did kick in. Okay, those two sources of water, they all still get stopped up by that one valve. Alrighty then. Looks like this is going to stop in a minute because it's going to get to 65. Hopefully there'll be enough water in those. Yeah, there's enough water backed up there. This will loop through for a while. I'm going to change this down to like 40, and then we'll change it later. Just don't want to be completely out of water. Barbecue, thank you. And how are we doing over here on temp? Alright, wow, everything's warm over here. Liquid pipe. We're coming through at 1.3, 1.2, 1.1. Alright. In a moment here, when this gets down to like 0, I will start piping it through here. My reservoir is at 12. Should start coming back down now. Yeah, 12.4, good. And this stuff is going out at 30, which is way warmer than I want it. But now that I can bring this ethanol down to like minus 90, this thing, instead of being minus 20 degrees, will bottom out at minus 90 degrees. And that'll be fantastic for the cooling power of that cooling pipe. Cooling power of that radiant pipe, or cooling loop, whatever you want to call it. All right, we are almost at 0 degrees. So I am going to snip this and plumb this. I'm actually going to do regular pipe because I want it to cool this external area here. Maybe we could use some cooling over here. All right. All right, 0.5, negative 0.5. That's good. All right. That should refreeze this stuff that's threatening to melt. Actually, it's going to warm it up, isn't it? Yeah. Briefly. Maybe that wasn't the best call. This ice is melting point is 0.6. And it is currently at -1. Let's hope that doesn't get too cold. Okay, the contents are -1 now, so it actually should start to bring the temperature back down on the ice. I could have let that go. I probably should have let that go a little colder before I started bringing it through, because it should still be kind of warming up. It's coming in here at 1.7, but coming out here at 1.4. Yeah. But it is doing its job and doing it well. It's going to be a while before this reservoir cools down to the range that we want it. But this aqua tuner is probably not going to stop running for a long time. If ever. And my basin is down to 10 degrees again. So I'm still losing a lot. This thing's coming out at -2, but then it's coming out of here at 8. So until we get this basin cooled down again, we're going to be struggling to bring these temperatures down. But that's going to be it for now. Next time, we're going to finish this layer of the Nosh farm and then start the next layer. I may be relocating this power transformer. Depends on how many tile squares we are using. By the time we get all 3 of those layers done, I might actually need to shrink this bottom layer up in order to make space for 96 tiles maximum. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Nom Nom trying to freeze the Nosh beans for days. Until next time, signing out.